Welcome, everybody, to the VAIL VRML NA Season 4 postseason. My name's Nightfire with two E's. I'm joined by my co-caster, Shimmy Marui, for the semifinals today. Shimmy, how are you doing? Before we dive into it, how are you feeling? It's a wonderful Saturday Eve.
I'm doing pretty dang good. I mean, we just finished up the Breacher season, and we are here to catch the end of the VAIL season. This is it. This is the semifinals and the finals. I cannot wait to get into this.
Yeah, I think Onward postseason is going right now as well, and Pavlov's somehow, I think, finishing next weekend. So a lot of seasons wrapping up today, this weekend and next weekend in the VRML space. And NA is done after this weekend. Today is the semifinals, and for those just tuning in who maybe don't know what they're stopping by for, this is the postseason for Season 4. These teams have been playing in the VRML regular season for 12 weeks, battling out against each other. We can see when these two teams faced off last against each other. Acer won 27-15. Acer with an undefeated record in the regular season on the North American side, and Rect coming in at 6-4. Shimmy, it's an impressive performance for the regular season that's earned them this spot now in the semifinals.
Definitely so. I mean, standard Acer procedure. Completely dominate the season, completely dominate the postseason. They're a team that just doesn't miss. I mean, we saw it at VRMLCon. They put out a stellar performance.
Yeah, and I mean, for those that don't know, we had a live convention last year, and these two teams fought against each other on stage. That was... It's kind of like we're getting a little bit of an online rematch now for Season 4.
That is a true story, and I mean, right now, if you want to count both VRML cons, it does put Acer and Rect at 1-1. Acer did lose to Rect in 2024, but won in 2025, and here we are again.
Yeah, it's crazy to see. What's a little bit different here is that there's no double elimination. There's no opportunity for either one of these teams to crawl back through the losers bracket and rematch in the championship. The loser here is done. This is a single elimination tournament for the postseason for North America. EU did a double elimination, but North America is single elim. And so Acer or Rect is going to be eliminated, Shimmy, and I feel like that's kind of hard to contest with, but when you look at the other two teams, Triple I7 and Touch Grass, who are playing after this, they're just as good. They're right up there, able to compete against Acer or Rect, I think.
Oh, definitely. Looking over the match statistics from during the season, during the season, we do see Touchgrass being able to keep up and actually take matches from Rect. Triple I7 also has just been absolutely on fire. All these teams are looking great going into the semifinals.
Yeah, we have teams jumping into lobby now, and so we should be getting into our first map of the afternoon. And for those that don't know the format, it's best of 5, which does mean that each team bans a map, and then I believe home team picks the map or side, and then away team picks map or side, and then home team picks map or side. And then for map 4, you go into the banned map categories. And so if we go to a 5th map, if we go to the full distance in a best of 5, you end up playing every single map that's available in the map pool, all 5 maps. And that's not a common thing, Shimmy. I mean, these teams kind of got to be ready for a Frio, a Cliffside, even a Kitty, where maybe they normally wouldn't have to worry about that in the regular season.
Yeah, I mean, we have such a healthy map pool now for VAIL. There's a lot on the table. There's a lot that teams have to prepare for. It's no longer the prepare for Miru, Suna, and Kitty.
Right.
You've got all sorts of things in the works now.
I'm unsure. Actually, let me make sure I'm double checking the format because I'm getting questions now in chat about it, but it was just recently posted. But yeah, anyway, exciting away bans one map, home bans a map, home chooses a map, away chooses the map, home chooses the map, away chooses the map, home I look forward to what we're gonna see here today between these two, but then also we can start looking forward to that Triple I7 Touch Grass matchup. I mean, that one I feel like is a little bit more of a toss-up in my mind, especially when we look at the regular season records of both teams. You kind of see a little bit less impressive. Still solid 10-2, but with Triple I7 and then Touch Grass at 7-4. I think that matchup is going to be even closer than this Acer Rect battle that we're about to dive into.
That's honestly the one I'm the most excited to see. I mean, Touchgrass and Triple I7, they've really fought hard to get here. They haven't put this amazing of a season forward in their histories, and they're going at it again. They went at it at the VRML Con qualifiers, and that was barely a win for Triple I7. I'm thinking Touchgrass is looking for some revenge. I'm very excited for that matchup.
Yeah, for those that don't know, that's immediately after this Acer Rect battle that we are going to be diving into here for our first best of 5 today, but we do have 2. And so, depending on how quickly we do fly through this Acer Rect matchup, we will see. It does look like we've got everyone in lobby, though, Shimmy, and we are ready to dive into our first map of the day, taking us to Suna Night to open things up. And I think we're probably going to get the standard fare, Suna Miru, as the first 2 maps that will typically open us up. But we do also see Cliffside coming in as a map choice that these teams tend to lean into. So I wonder when or if we'll see that in this best of 5. And honestly, Frio, I think, got picked map 2 during postseason in one of them already. So it's kind of a toss-up as to where we're headed in this for each map in each round. But we do know Suna Night. We do know Acer on the defense and Rect on the attack, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, on my teams.
That we do. We have Acer on defense, and it looks like it's going to be a B push. Smoke's going out early. Engagement begins.
Pistol round opener for those not in the know, so utility even more essential as these pistols do limited damage. And Rico catching that first nade kill on the Kiwi, trying to push up through this side. A lot of nade and utility being airburst and tossed up at these defensive angles, but Nero, alive and well, catches some nice shots on the retracts.
Oh, Fizz and Nero are holding down this side, making sure there's no push-up, but Cyclo is going to get the first pick onto Nero. That opens up their ability to start working towards ramp.
Nice hold down from Fizz again. Meta angle, scanner alone in Psykilo's hands. Acer trying to make a statement in their first pistol round with a solid 4-player alive advantage. Fizz is going to swing wide and shut down the final player of Rect. And an opening win sets the tone, but not the pace necessarily. It's early days here, as I do got to reset these scores up at the top of your screen. We are just diving into the first map of this best of 5.
That was a really, really well-held defense from Acer. Neuro holding that very, very slight head peek, and then Fizz taking over the moment Neuro went down to hold off of Rocket. What a great play. Acer is clearly prepared for the semifinals.
Yeah, I think you can learn a thing or two by watching the Acer lineups, the Acer setups, watching that overhead mini-map to see how they rotate and react to pressure as Fizz catches one with the nade. Mad Dog here holding down the back line. A nice nade toss themselves that'll catch Psykilo as they reinforce the front line. Julian here on right up in front. And they might go over the flawless defensive round. They do. Fizz finishes it off.
Oh, what a shutout. They were getting some good ground onto A long, but however, those nades and those smokes coming out, it just completely disrupted them. They lost their ability to push the far side, and that completely choked them up inside of tunnels, leading to just an absolute slaughter. Very well held.
Mad Dog with a really nice prediction nade there that we showed on the replay, and just, yeah, that's going to get you into a nice pace, a nice tone, a set here saying, hey, there's not going to be any easy offensive points that you're going to lock in here. And so we immediately see a shift in tone and a shift in pace, a bit more respect for the Acer defense coming in from Rect in round 3. They poked, they prodded, and now they're slowing things down.
We do see this 2-1-2 split, people looking for their first picks. Nades going out, not quite finding where they need to. A nade coming out from Rect, not really getting anybody on that defensive side on B. We still see a creep up, though, on A and on mid. Nothing has really manifested from those yet.
A little exchange over at B that doesn't draw anyone's attention other than the on-site defense. You still see Julian and Fizz holding down their A site, and that's where Scanner is, so it's the right choice at the end of the day. They can't see, obviously, through walls or see the minimap, so they don't know where this scanner is coming, but they do have the proper read right now and aren't rotating out of A site just yet.
No, and right now Jacob is working his way up to Catwalk, looking to see if he can get an engagement onto Fizz. While that is going on, though, however, it is still that slow creep up on A. They still haven't quite found their opening to push up. Acer's defense still holding strong there.
We've seen some good commits on a send to A coming up from the middle. And I think that's what Julian is wary of and watching. They're waiting to see if there is going to be a push straight down Broadway, right down the mid lane, up towards A site. It doesn't come in, and instead it's a quick pivot to challenge Rico at the top of B, and I think it's the right choice. It puts Kiwi on the bottom floor, or Fizz on the bottom floor, and Kiwi scoops up that first kill.
Rekko is completely pinned right now. This entire wrecked offense is pushing right up onto him, but that flash is going to disrupt them a bit. Oh, but unfortunately, Julian is going to come from down below. Oh my goodness.
That round ended on time. They didn't push in time.
Oh, the unfortunate part of VAIL. But that clock goes by faster than you think.
Yeah, especially when you're getting pressured by a team like Acer. Awkward way to end the round, because if they had sight, it was good control over it, but they had sight because Acer probably knew they just had to buy time and really, I don't know, a solid job either way, but I think that could have gone into Rek's hands if they had played it a touch quicker.
They could have. They had the momentum going, but it's just not enough time on the clock to be able to do anything. Kiwi is looking for his first pick onto Neuro, but Neuro's going to find him with a nade instead.
Rico getting absolutely pushed off this top angle, drops back with utility deployed, still here tucked into this tight corner, ready to spring the trap on anyone that's tucked in up top as shots do ring out over this site here, and Rico finds one through the smoke. Scanner is planted, and it comes down to the duo to defend the retake.
Oh, Cyclo staying tucked right onto Ninja, waiting for Rekko to come by. Rekko doesn't know that he's there. He gets the first pick. He gets the second pick onto Mad Dog. Oh, 1v1.
Woo, and Julian scoops up the shot on the Psychillo over top with 20 seconds left. Should get the scanner, and Acer keep it scoreless for the Rex squad and go 4-0 on their defensive half.
Oh, they're sitting good right now. They're sitting really good. That is, if you can maintain a really, really solid Suna defense and come in with a huge point differential onto your offense, especially if you're a team as good at attacking as Acer, oh, you've got the easiest match in the world. But this is no slouches they're against. This is still Rec. This is still a team that's beaten them in the past.
I mean, they have a spray tag in-game of their logo, you know? It's not just any old team that they're going up against here.
Oh, absolutely so. Back from the Miami VAIL Major quite a few years ago.
Rico holding down short B, gonna catch one. No, the flash doesn't quite work out. Psychillo and Berserk work their way up here. Utility and Kiwi connect, and everyone on B site goes down. Maybe finally an offensive point gonna go into the books here as Kiwi picks off Mad Dog, and maybe a flawless attack here if they don't manage to pick up. If Julian doesn't find a single kill, it could be a flawless offensive point. That would be a heck of a comeback from 4 unanswered points in a row.
Oh, definitely Julian finally getting a first pick, but Jacob is going to get that refrag. That is the first point on the board for Rect.
I mean, 4 left alive, an absolutely overwhelming rotation onto B. I suppose it's something you see more consistently in the top tier, is that, you know, after 2, 3, sometimes 4 rounds, 1 in a row, these teams react, they adapt, and they adjust to the strategy that's beating them, you know, and eventually they find a way through that front wall, that front line. And eventually, they found a way through B. So we'll see if they try and replicate that attack again. Maybe they shift pressure to A site. It looks like B is on the menu.
Oh, a big pad, triple swing, but Rico is going to go down. Kiwi gets the first pick. Damage is going on too, but Fizz finds a double nade.
The peek up from Nero to connect with one over the short side of B as well puts Jacob alone here. Retrax trying to draw some attention, and a 4v2 situation.
That double triple swing is very, very powerful onto long, and we just watched it in action. Why it is so good. It's risky, but you can really destroy an offense with that move. Very, very well held.
I mean, how often are you really preparing for that level of attack? Usually there's 1 or 2 tucked. You're waiting for the utility, not expecting all of those rifles to fly the corner, guns blazing at you. So yeah, I agree. A nice play, good counter to what it was, again, a B send. They said, hey, we just got around to B, let's go back. They didn't switch it up to A. Now they're switching it up to A, but it might be around too late. Wonderful bounce shot from Julian for the double kill. It doesn't get nicer than that.
Oh, and Julian finding a third with yet another nade. Mad Dog holding back the back of Pyramid. Cyclo is completely tucked, looking to see if there's anything he can even do from there. Fizz is going to pick up another one, and it is down to just Cyclo, and that is it.
Well, a flawless round from Acer. They say, look, nice offensive point, but we're still here, and we're not going to let you snag any more of those right now, because it's the last round of the half, and Acer is dialed in. I anticipate 7-1 on the side swap, and then pistol rounds to crack into seeing what Reicht can do on defense. And like you said, going up against Acer on the attack, not an easy thing no matter what map you're on, so Acer's in a good position right now to open this up in the best of 5.
I mean, this is a really great momentum setter map for Acer. Suna is a long time favorite for them. So being able to start here and just with such a heavy point differential, Recco getting that good pick onto Jacob.
Nero here on the edge, scooping up Kiwi, fending off the rotation until Retrax comes barreling out of the smoke, and now Retrax on the hunt for more. They'll be shut down by Fizz.
Oh, it's a completely fallen apart. Julian and Mad Dog completely wiped that wrecked offense, but Berserk is going to get 1 kill onto Julian.
Absolutely steamrolling through. Scanners down. Berserk has the uphill battle quite literally in front of them. Gonna try and get up that ladder, or at least bait the ladder, and go silent on the cross. And that might have worked if there wasn't Mad Dog on the back line. And a 7-1 half for Acer. It's not a spot you want to be in if you're wrecked, but at least they're going on to defense, so if there's any place to be, it's defense side on Suna, but I don't know, man. Acer is in good form right now. 7-1 lead map 1. We could be out of here in 3 maps if they have anything to say about it.
I think that's their goal right here, is to make this over as quick as possible, but Wrecked finally has their chance on defense. They might be able to do something, get at least a few rounds on the board.
Pistol round here as we do swap sides. Nero opening things up with the first kill. Gonna try and catch a second with a nade to the back line that doesn't quite connect. Look at all these utilities. Woo.
Woo.
There's the nade from Jacob. Connects, and now the push coming in.
Oh, Mad Dog taking his first swing, and Recco getting a second one. Oh, it's a free-for-all right onto the B site inside that smoke. Julian taking it out even more, getting another point up for Acer.
We'll take it to map point just like that, 8-1. I want to see in chat what people are starting to feel the predictions are for the rest of this series. Where do we see maps 2 and 3 going? Is it a 9-1, 9-2, 9-3? Is it a maybe a pop, maybe Wrecked coming back off of like an off meta map, a Frio, a Cliffside maybe, I don't know, but Suna definitely dialed in here for Acer as they go into the attack for round 10.
Yeah, this is one of the fastest approaches I think I've seen to a match point. Retrax getting a good pick, but Neuro getting one right onto Berserk. Ooh, it is just a lot of pressure and a lot of flashes right onto B.
And a good defensive hold there from Retrax, the only one really on site, ends up stalling out this 5-player push towards B, and ultimately a nade connecting, giving Jacob a chance to spring out, catch 1 kill, trying to catch Nero, getting aggressive, and can't quite connect. They fly up top for the climb to kill, and that's a good 1-2 punch that keeps Wrecked alive. And if there's ever a side where you can start to string points together, it's defense. So now is the time for Wrecked to start to turn it on, to get back into this series and get their momentum rolling for these next couple of maps.
They're definitely kicking into gear now. Wrecked is starting to wake up just a little bit. That was, again, a really good hold, like you said. Just enough delay for their rotate to come in.
East side commit again. The question becomes, when they stop going B, they start changing up strategy and pace. They find the first pick like that with a nice early shot up the middle from Mad Dog. They crack open this long side with a kill on the Retrax. Fizz finds Berserk, and, well, this could be the last round of the map. A 5 alive offense pushing in to B site with only Kiwi and Psychillo on the retake is not an easy thing to accomplish here.
No, not when you have just 2 Wrecked players up. Oh, excuse me, 1 Wrecked player up. Ooh.
None Wrecked players up. Mad Dog shuts it down. The advance up through the center gets denied, and Acer fly away with a early map 1 win. And if you are Triple I7 or Touchgrass, Shimmy, you got to be looking at this opening map and go, okay, well, we should definitely be banning Suna. You know, we should not be letting Acer start a series against us on Suna if we're going to go with a best of 5 against them.
No, definitely not. That was an incredibly rough round for Rect. Acer just setting the trend for what might be this entire VRML finals weekend, but they're not out of the fight just yet. That is only one map of 3.
Yeah, 1 of 5 potentially if we
My
go
bad, yes, 1 of
if we go
5.
the full distance. But yeah, it does mean that we are assured to at least get in a little bit deeper into a series than maybe Rect would be given an opportunity for. And you know, those later maps sometimes have a team a little less experienced, you know, a little less prepared. And so I do think we're going to go into a quick tech pause where we're going to reset lobbies and reorganize teams, maybe see some subs come in. So while we do that, we'll go to a quick break. But a quick shout out to Axe Labs for sponsoring the VRML and supporting us with an awesome prize pool of a custom designed in-game skin built by the dev team with the help of the winning team, sold in the store, and a portion of that revenue shared with the winning team for each region. It's an awesome opportunity that only is present because of Axe Labs and their dedication to the VR esports scene. So a big shout out to the VAIL devs. You know, we love to see the in-game banners with the Acer champion from VRML Con, and it's overall fantastic to have the support and partnership with Axe Labs that we've had. So a big shout out to them. We really do appreciate them. And maybe I don't need to go to a break if these players are fast enough, because I do see the new lobby up. And players are piling in, so we may be able to get things going as soon as all the squads are ready. It does also, I guess, give me time to shout out everyone tuning in, hanging out, and enjoying the action. There's a fine crowd stopping by today, and I thought I had... There we go. I see Squarehead, Virtuous, Kentinal, Crystal Shard, Cherry Tat, Fizzy, Blue, Virtuous, Hey Let Me Know. What else is in here? Smorp, Kotaiva, Hyper Arrival. Thank you all for tuning in, hanging out, and enjoying the action. Please do hit that subscribe button if you are just tuning in for the first time and new to the channel. Hit the thumbs up button if you haven't already, because this is a quality stream that you're obviously enjoying. And Shimmy, thank you for tuning in and casting with me. I appreciate having you by for the Codecast today. I do think we are waiting on one, so we'll kind of chalk it up to a quick tech pause. And we come back, it should be a minute or two. We'll dive right into map 2 in this best of 5. Don't go anywhere. More Acer, Rect, rematch action in a few minutes. Welcome back, everybody. We are here and getting ready to dive into our second map of the afternoon and our first best of 5 in the North American semifinals for Season 4. Shimmy, we've got an exciting cliffside battle ahead of us here for map 2 with Acer on the defense, Wrecked on the defense, Acer on the attack to open things up.
This is a map that I don't feel like I ever get to see enough. Cliffside just usually isn't a pick for a ton of people. I'm really glad we're getting to see it this early in on the semifinals match.
Yeah, I think because of the format, maybe people are prioritizing different bans because we have seen Cliffside appear a little more in the postseason in particular, to your point. As a big rollout here, it gets kind of chaotic into a quick 3v4. And are they pushing B site? No, the scanner is actually going A, so it's kind of a big bait out, and Blue scoops up another one.
Oh, but Fizz is going to get a refrag, and that is going to put down to 2v3. That rotate has started, and the scan is down.
Really good play, really good draw that pulled the entire defensive Wrecked over towards B site. Acer coming in off of a 9-2 win, now trying to start map 2 with a 1-0 lead.
Kiwi is looking for his first pick, but he gets a little bit of damage. But he's about to run right into Fizz. Fizz isn't ready for it. Kiwi is. He gets the first pick. It's 2v2.
Scanner's down 15 seconds. Someone's going to have to try and stick that defuse, and that's what they're waiting for. One kill for Jacob. They're hitting it now on the back line. Neuro catches the double kill.
Oh, they were so close to having that too. They knew what to do. There was the defuse going on while Jacob just held down those last two Acer players, but just not able to stick it out against Neuro.
Wow, what a big clutch on the pistol round opener, but just the pistol round. So now with rifles in hand, the rest of this battle, this half, we'll see what we get on the attack. Berserk gonna try and get a little bit of an aggressive setup, an early smoke to determine if anyone's trying to push up quickly towards B site.
Nades coming right out from this B defense. First one finding Berserk, and the gunfights begin.
Looks like Kilo swinging in deep, does get picked off, but a nice quick refrag opens up sight. Jacob and the rest of this offense rotating around in blue. Most certainly not going to be ready for Mad Dog on the back line, who shuts that rotation down. Now it's a 2v2 on site. Blue crashing back should make it 3v2 in time.
Jacob and Kiwi have a very, very hard fight against them. These three Acer players are completely set up in great post plans. Uli pushes in. Dark Moon is not going to be able to get the kill, though. Kiwi is going to come out of that not quite unscathed, but ooh, a shutdown, and Mad Dog, the lone survivor for Acer.
Nice nade, scoops up the first, and then, yeah, the duo just working together to catch out that kill. A nice push to B site in 2 opening rounds on offense on Cliffside. Definitely a good way to kick off their first half here on map 2. Acer, again, trying to stay undefeated. They haven't lost a single series all season, and I don't think they want to lose a single series here in the postseason.
No, not at all, but a good pick from Berserk to open this up. Fizz getting that refrag though, and Mad Dog coming in as well. Ooh, it is an even 2-2 trade-off for Acer and Wrecked.
Jacob on the rotation back to B. We're into that 3v3, and the scanner going A, so it's been successful. Whether it costs lives or not, I think it goes actually net benefit to Acer, because they drew defense off of a site, opened it up for an easy scanner plant, and now they have to retake with a bit of an interesting defensive setup here with Fizz tucked in here and ready to spring their trap from the back line.
Oh, that could be absolutely devastating to Kiwi right now. It is so close to happening, but Kiwi has picked up exactly where Fizz is.
Ooh.
It's a trade?
Puts Blue alone, and with a nade in hand, an opportunity there. And another utility piece tossed out from the other side as Blue scoops up Nero's elbows. 1v1, Blue has a slice of HP. Clock is ticking, no time for Blue to work as a nice flash slows them down there, and Dark Moon will finish it off. Acer put a third on the board. 3 unanswered isn't too many, as long as Wrecked can start to answer back now. Like we saw a lot of the EU teams do, now is the time to chip away with a little 2-point pick-me-up. You've felt out their defense enough to know maybe where a weak link is, and you put the pressure on that weak link.
They definitely have. I mean, Acer has always been fantastic about finding those little weak spots of their opponent teams and exploiting them ad nauseum. Gunfights begin out, and Recco and Fizz are going to immediately get 2 pickups.
Acer getting some nice kills from a wrecked team that's really committing hard to trying to get aggressive this round here in round 4. I like to see it because they're trying to change up the pace. They're trying to set the tone on defense because Acer, otherwise dictating tone, are very hard to fight against. Didn't quite work out their favor, and now Jacob has to overcome 4 defenders who are ready and waiting. And that won't happen. So it's 4 unanswered points now from Acer in map 2.
Ooh, man. I mean, Acer is just continuing to show how well they can dominate a map. Like, this is going to be so incredibly difficult for Rect to come back from.
Here we go. Another B-side push with Acer absolutely dialed in right now. Berserk and Psykillo tucked in on the side. Psykillo nearly getting caught out by a nade, but a good reaction to rotate off of that frag location and puts them into a spot where Rico will steamroll through. Berserk tries to push out, ends with a 2-for-1 trade. Kind of a net benefit, but still puts them into a 2v3, make it a 1v3.
There is still a slight chance. I mean, Recco does have some damage on him. Blue 4 is looking for his opening, but he's got that smoke blocking him. He's still got util. Nade coming out. Not quite able to find where it needs to, but Blue 4 is not going to be able to win against that gunfight.
Too many targets as Acer overwhelmed the solo defender, and 5 unanswered on offense. It's starting to look like the series is running away from this wrecked team right now. And maybe their season, because if they lose 3 maps in a row, they're done, eliminated, and they will not move on to the grand finals in Season 3. 4.
That would be a bit of a rough way to finish out right now, getting 3-0 swept right in the semifinals. Sure, it is wrecked, but that's still not how you want to finish out that season. Gunfights are going out. We're going back onto this B site yet again. Acer looking for their opportunity to come in. Berserk gets picked up by Darkmoon.
These early kills, they've constantly set the tone with the advantage right away on these pushes, and the pace is undeniable by Acer. It cannot be stopped by Rekt, and this team continues to put scanner to objective and continues to take offensive points.
They really do right now. Kiwi and Blue both pushed into this single hallway, but oh, Neuro and Rico were completely ready for it.
It was like like Call of Duty mission. You take the one on the left, I'll take the one on the right. Instantly tagging both. And yeah, really nice job there from the Acer team. 2 away from putting up a flawless half against Rekt right now on Cliffside. And if there's ever a way to set the tone for the 3rd map, it's by completely sweeping your opponent in the 2nd.
And we see that happening right now. Just Acer putting up an absolute great score. You can only imagine the high they're riding off of and the absolute mental weight that's on Rekt at the moment.
They need to settle into some sort of rhythm. They need to find something working for them on defense. Can't get the early picks. They're having a tough time fending off what is a super coordinated offense. If they can sync up on their retake here, maybe a chance to get a point on the board. There's the first kill that they need. Whoa.
Oh, but it's completely reversed. Rico and Neuro wreaking havoc onto Rekt. It is just Blue 4 left, last alive. Again, smoke blocking his path. Nade's coming out, but Neuro is going to get the kill.
It's moving fast, and it's furious. And Acer are absolutely running away. Yeah, it's a solid performance from them. And I don't know what the solution is if you are Rekt. I'm not sure what you do to slow this down, especially on defense. You can't set the tone. You can't stop this squad from pushing in aggressively. You can if you're attacking, but they don't have that advantage of being the team that's setting the pace.
No, Acer's completely got full orchestration over this, but it is going to be a trade between Jacob and Fizz. That's going to put 4-4 on the line, but damage is coming out. Rico is going to find that 2nd kill, and Mad Dog the 3rd.
B-site theirs. and they'll fend off the retake in a 1-for-1 trade. That does put Kiwi alone in a 1v3. They will get across towards B, but B is not where the objective is going. B is the bait and switch, while A site gets the plant, and Acer continue to be what feels like one step ahead of Rect here every way as they go 8-0 in map 2.
Rico and Darkmoon had the most beautiful cross angles on each other. There was nowhere that Kiwi could go. Kiwi couldn't engage either one without exposing himself completely to the other and just being an opportune pick. That is coordination.
Yeah, Acer dialed in, and it's going to be a fast couple of points here for how they're looking. Another push coming in, this time on the offense as we do swap sides.
Oh no!
A self-nade off. I think Darkmoon naded Kiwi hole. I don't know what happened there, but the push is coming in, and this could be it for map number 2. The pistol round not going well, and in a blink of an eye, it's Rect with a 2-map series lead in this best of 5. It's not over yet. But, oh, excuse me, Acer. Wow, jeez. But it's certainly looking like Acer are in control right now, Shimmy.
Oh, they have a commanding presence today. This is going to be a hard-fought battle for anybody looking to step up to them right now. Rect, I can only imagine right now what they're feeling. This has been a very, very thorough beating from Acer.
Yeah, not the ideal opener to the first 2 maps in a best of 5, but we now do get into maybe some more diverse map choice, some picks that don't typically get played out as competitively in a normal best of 3, and so I'm very interested to see where our third map does take us. Suna take us. Maybe Miru, maybe somewhere more familiar, not somewhere that off meta, because we did just go to Cliffside, but I'm not sure what the solution is to catch Acer off guard. I feel like maybe a Frio or something, try to really tighten things up, go super close quarters, and see if that does anything for you as a team.
I mean, they're going to need to figure something out. Yeah, maybe bringing out SMGs to play. I mean, sometimes people can work miracles with those APC 9s, those vectors, those UMPs, but they're going to need a map that's going to cater to that. I almost feel like we might see Kitty if that's the case.
Yeah, and if you are Triple I7 and Touch Grass, this is your opponent tomorrow. This is the team you're going up against in the grand finals in another best of 5, and it's got to be kind of sending warning signs to you, like, okay, well, what do we do against this team when we face them in the near future?
Yeah, I mean, this is the perfect studying opportunity to see how Acer is playing, see what their strats are. The one problem being is that if your strats are good enough, and this is actually something I learned from Rec's Pavlov team back in the day, is that it doesn't matter if people see your strats. If they are good enough, there is nothing that they can do against it, and that might be the case for what Acer is doing right now.
Yeah, if they play solid enough, I do agree with you on that one. It's certainly looking good for them as we do set up for our potentially final map of this best of 5. And a reminder again, we go straight into the Triple I7 Touch Grass best of 5 after this one finishes, so there is still more North American action today. And then tomorrow we have the EU losers bracket and grand finals matchup in the double elimination tournament, and then on NA's side the grand finals for North America. So a good bit of high tier action ahead of us, Shimmy. I mean, I if we're looking at the matchup history, 1 seed versus the 4 seed in regular season, I think Triple I7 and Touchgrass are seeds 2 and 3. They are indeed, and so you know, Acer is just chewing through the pecking order right now, and they'll get a chance at number 2 or 3 tomorrow in those finals, and maybe that will be a bit of a tighter best of 5.
It's possible. It's possible. It just Acer is looking so dominant right now. But I got to give it to Touchgrass and Triple I7, the work that they put in during the offseason, that they've done during the season. It does give them a pretty good chance to put some heavy fight against Acer.
Also a honorable shout out to the Vanguard squad, carrying teams on both EU and NA into the top 8. pretty impressive achievement, something that you really have only seen out of a few teams like Acer, Rect, and a couple of others that are able to do that cross region. So pretty cool to see kind of a new team coming in as the dominant, or as a new force to both EU and NA. That's a Season 4 team crafted up there for both regions. Granted, I think you're pulling players from previous seasons and stuff like that with experience. It's still great to see, and like I said, a little honorable shout out to them. I do think we are getting ready to dive into our third map here. So me and Shimmy have bought enough time, and it is going to be a place that both teams should be pretty comfortable playing against each other on. Miru Knights, and again, not a place that they're unfamiliar with, Shimmy. This is a map that is one that I think I know we saw in VRML Con.
Yeah, Miru has become a quick favorite for a lot of people ever since it came out. This has become one of those big staple maps that I think you see played in almost every single match.
Here we go into round number 1 of this third map. Acer in the lead in dominant fashion, going into the attack to open things up, and it wrecked on, or no, excuse me, Acer on defense and wrecked on the attack to open things up.
Oh, good lord! Recco just completely wiped 2 off the board, and Taquito comes in with 2 more. It is just 1 left alive. Blue 4 has to figure something out.
Yeah, they're getting pressured here from Fizz in the smoke. Fizz will come flying out right into their face. And Acer, 10 unanswered points. Now, maybe more. I don't know when the 2 points were scored by Rect, but it starts to become obviously tilting, right? It's very hard to maintain your presence and your competitive composure when you're just not getting anywhere against their opponent.
Definitely, but I have to give it to Rec right now. They haven't given up. They haven't just rolled over. Yeah, they haven't just rolled over and said, okay, we're going to throw this match. Let's just get out of here quick. They are still looking for every chance they can get. They're still looking for every opportunity. This rifle round now in play as this B push begins.
I mean, there is a lot of history to this team, a lot of sort of honor, if you will, you're trying to fight for, and Rect do open things up with an early kill. Taquito quickly finds the refrag, but I do think they subbed in Saru on the Rect side, so they're trying to change up that roster a little bit to bring some diversity in here as Nero and Julian both cut down that B-side push.
Definitely so, but it might be a little bit difficult to pull this back for Rect. Blue 4 and Jacob trying to find what they can do. That scanner is still down. It's not in an opportune place. Incendiary going out, but not quite finding anything. Acer is pulled back, and they're just waiting for opportunities. Nero finding a beautiful headshot right onto Blue 4.
Kind of a rare moment where even though Acer is in control of this round and up 4-1, they're not over applying that pressure. You do see Nero pushing up. You do see Rico, I suppose, pushing up. So they are starting to surround and collapse on this final survivor here, but they are still playing it cautious. And as I say that, Rico catches Jacob tucked into the stairs, and it's a 2-0 lead for Acer.
Oh man, we're starting to see the runaway yet again. Acer's defense just so impenetrable. Rect is still going to have a rough time. They're getting some kills, but nowhere near enough to be able to take a round.
I appreciate everyone in chat tossing in their thoughts and feelings, opinions on where this series is going to go. We do really appreciate having you hanging out and enjoying the action, which is very much an Acer showcase. Right now, their defense on point as Julian catches kills onto Kiwi, and Jacob trying to get up into that front line, but running into some issues with the smokes and eventually gets picked off.
Ooh, Julian getting that nice pick. The scanner may be down, but oh, this 5 alive for Acer. This is going to be a tough fight to hold off. Oh, Julian getting the first pick, and it's just up to Saru.
5 alive, and Julian at half HP is the only damage dealt to this defense. That is one way to play a patient defense, to showcase how to use utility and not overcommit to defending a position if I've ever seen it. That's you. I think literally they dropped back, they got utility kills, waited for scanner to be planted, then once it was planted, poked out to catch the retreating defense, and only lost half HP on Julian in the process of winning a round. That's impressive. Acer dialed in.
They very much are. We're watching this this runaway yet again from Rect. But this looks like a little bit more cautious of a B push now. Utility being a little bit more measured, not as much of a blitzing as we saw in that previous round. Blue 4 is looking for his opportunity to move up a little bit more. That Acer defense not quite as widespread onto B as it was previously.
I think it's the moments where Acer does get a little over-aggressive that they run into a touch bit of trouble. And so right now you're seeing a super heavy commit to this B side rotation with 4 players stacked up on the back side of B.
Ooh, Julian tries to get, or Jacob tries to get a good pick, but Julian instead gets the kill. Blue 4 getting one, but Neuro and Fizz both picking up their own. It is down to 2 people left for Rect.
They gotta use the sacrifice of their teammates to their advantage, but can't because Rico is still here on defense and picks up the double kill. It goes down to a martyrdom, a post-death grenade, but Acer will put a 4th on the board and make it 12 unanswered in a row since map 2.
Oh man, Rect is trying. They're trying everything in the book that they possibly can, but there's just no way that they can get over this. They did get a successful rotation out of Acer, pushing all those players onto B site, but it just wasn't enough for them to be able to fully get that plant and finish it out. Neuro getting a beautiful pick at the beginning.
Nice opening headshot and a good counter nade. Saru, Fizz, everyone connecting with their utility. Finally, that back line of Acer getting chipped away. But look at this flank. Taquito's here.
Taquito.
We'll find 1, 2, 3. The triple.
Oh
That's the round.
Oh my god. What a beautiful execution. Just Taquito having the perfect opportunity and just flick, flick, flick. It is completely over.
Let me see it one more time. Good patience, too, to push up to that position in the back line, and then perfect timing. Catches everyone with their hands off of the rifle. One had a hand on a nade, another on the scanner, and they caught the first one by surprise. So truly good target picking and great snapping, to your point, to pick up all 3.
Just really, really well played. Oh, but damage has been picked up onto Berserk and Blue 4, but they're still pushing on. They're still trying to get traction and get some more ground.
Acer is, quite frankly, settled in, and it's going to just be so tough to root them out. They're going to have to do something unique. Scanner planted, and this is actually a decent setup here.
Yes, but right now Fizz is pushing in. Util coming out and Smokes covering the site. Taquito getting a pick. Blue 4 getting one himself. Oh, this is all falling apart. Just down to Jacob. He has to stop this.
Oh, the double! Can they pick up the triple? Jacob tries to pull off a Taquito move there and can't quite pick it up. Julian, half health, alive and well, and tucked in into an off-angle position that Jacob was not ready for. Almost the clutch that puts Rect on the board after what is now 15 unanswered points. But not quite. So it's 6-0 here in our opening half on map 3.
I was so hopeful. I was so hopeful he was going to get that. That would have been a beautiful play. But unfortunately not enough from Jacob to keep Rect, or to put Rect on the board.
Some folks in chat again with some funny commentary. I appreciate you all hanging out and weighing in and getting ready for the Triple I7 and Touch Grass battle that's coming up in very likely 3 rounds with how Acer is performing here on defense.
Oh, it might be a lot sooner than we ever expected. Saru getting a good pickup, but Taquito gets that refrag. Oh, the gun battle still continues. Blue 4 the only one alive as this entire Acer group just collapses onto him.
It is domination, and I'm sure Rect now are starting to feel the weight of that loss coming quickly. 2 more rounds to go, and the best of 5 series is over. The season is done, and Acer move on to our grand finals. They'll go up against... Oh, there's a little rock getting thrown all the way to the other side. They'll be coming up against the winner of Triple I-7 and Touchgrass, seeds 2 and 3 in the regular season. Very curious to see what that grand finals then looks like against Acer, if there's going to be anybody that can contend against a team playing like this.
Ooh, Berserk, though, getting their first pick that they needed in order to at least get one on the board. They are in a 5v4, but there's a lot of pre-fire coming out, just keeping them from getting any forward momentum.
It's very precise, I suppose, on placement coming in from this Acer defense. Utility also well tossed. There's a nice flash that slows things down for a moment. Rico and Fizz connect with their kills, and the scanner tries to push into sight, but gets shut down. Now Blue can't pick it up without having everyone swarm them. Does pick up a double. No, not before they go down to the flank. A perfect half, a flawless half. 2 flawless maps about to come in from Acer off of the side swap now as they go on the attack in the pistol round.
Oh, you absolutely hate to see it. Just another clean lockout from Acer. Like it, I really hope we don't end this with a 21-2. Here
comes the push. Goodness. Yeah, pistols in hand, and wrecked with a comeback of a lifetime in front of them.
I still would absolutely love to see it. Those nades have not quite found anybody just yet, save for Blue 4, but he is still in that fight.
I think what is great to see is that even now, Wrecked still on the hunt, trying to get these points locked in on defense. They're not just like full sending it in with knives in hand. They are here, dialed in, trying to fend off this push. Scanner's going to go down. Jacob's not going to connect, and now the retake is Nero and Taquito all finding their targets. Nero flying out for more. It's going to be one more, and they'll pick it up. Nero with the quadra kill. Acer with the 3-map win. And blinking, you'd miss the best of 5 series here today to start things off.
That was brutal. What a devious push from Nero. Getting that beautiful 4K, pushing all the way into the back of sight.
And
goodness.
That is that. A very fast, very dominant performance from Acer. And we tagged the next 2 teams, Triple I-7 and Touchgrass, seeds 2 and 3, battling it out in our next best of 5 to get ready, because we are going to be moving right into another series here today. And then tomorrow, in EU, we have 2 best of 5s, and NA, the grand finals. And so a lot of VAIL action left ahead of us. Thankfully, hopefully more maps left ahead of us than just the 3. We'll see if Triple I-7 or Touchgrass can come away with a dominant performance here in what could be their last best of 5 of the season. Shimmy, any final thoughts before we take a break and get ready for another best of 5?
That is going to be one heck of a fight for the finals tomorrow, going against Acer with them looking as good as they did. Wrecked tried as hard as they could, but only getting 2 points on the board. That speaks to how much Acer is prepared.
Yeah, they're dialed in. They're locked in. We're dialed in. We're locked in. We're ready to go for map number 1 in this next best of 5. Don't go anywhere. When we come back, more action and a new Triple I-7 Touchgrass lobby. It's a lot ahead of us. Welcome back, everybody, to the Season 4 VAIL North American Semifinals. My name is Nightfire with 2 E's. I'm joined by Shimmy Marui. And Shimmy, we're ready to dive into our second best of 5 of the afternoon, our second single elimination matchup of the afternoon. How are you feeling today with Triple I7 versus Touchgrass?
I mean, coming off of the very commanding victory that Acer just gave us, this is the match that I've been waiting for. These are two teams that have gone back and forth over the course of, I want to say, the last couple seasons. These are two very skilled teams that have been working incredibly hard to get to this point where they're in the semifinals.
Last time they played against each other in the regular season, Triple I7 won pretty solidly, 27-12. But Touchgrass have been putting on a good show so far in the postseason, winning their last best of 3 against Vanguard NA 3-1. Triple I7 beat 9-Volt NA 3-0. And both teams now obviously undefeated in the single elimination bracket, duking it out in another best of 5. It's been best of 5s all weekend long for these teams. Last weekend and now this weekend. And very curious to see who the team is that's going to be going up against Acer in the grand finals tomorrow. Another best of 5 and the only one on Sunday. So big, question mark there. And also obviously the pressure, Shimmy, because there's a decent chunk on the line with this custom designed gun skin that gets sold in the in-game store, with a portion of that revenue going to the winning team, all supported by the VAIL developers, Axe Labs. It's a really cool prize pool that we can only really offer up in VAIL, and it's like so unique, because now you get something that's about your team in game, and you can go, hey, you like this skin? You see how cool it is? Go buy it, and then you get a point. Like, it's such an interesting opportunity for these teams to get in their favorite game.
Yeah, I always have loved the support that X Labs gives to the competitive scene in their game. They've never really put it to the side. They've always given a good focus and made sure that it is sitting there amongst some of the best VR esports titles around. Like, I absolutely adore X Labs.
And I mean, not even now. It's they've done a great job. Don't go to buy time anymore. They've done a great job branching out to new modes, free-to-play modes. It's awesome to see so many new people coming into VAIL in general. And now we've seen a lot of new faces into the VAIL esports space. So welcome in if you are new. We're happy to have you. Get ready for more action, because we're diving into our first map of this best of 5 on... I put Suna. It's not. I lied. It's Miru Day. But I'm sure Suna Day is coming soon enough. We just have to wait. You know what I'm saying? Woo! Did you like that one? That was a good pun right there. Let's go! Come on, everybody. Give me a round of applause in chat. I want to see everyone do the clappy hands for that great pun. Come on, man. Woohoo! Here we go. Round 1. Map 1 in this best of 5.
We see the beginning of this push up onto B, but there is still a little bit of a hangback onto A as Touchgrass is looking for their opportunity. Which side is going to be their first pick? That full rotate coming in from Triple I7.
It's a big push to that B side, but it's maybe a bit of a bait push, because after all the smokes, after all the pressure, nobody's home. And look at this. The rotation is recognized. They realize Triple I7 that they've been baited, and that Scanner's down on the other side. It's a great way of getting through this defensive front line, who was otherwise very well prepared.
Kawada's looking for his opportunity, but LMK and Kawada are going to trade out. The gunfight's still pursuing. It is still a 2v3, and now a 2v2 if Nova gets a pick. And now it's one. It's one left. Elite and Nova versus each other.
1v1 with Scanner down, 20 seconds left. Nova has to play the passive player here and drop back, forcing Elite to get up to Scanner, baiting out the push. Nova's actually low on HP, and what a great flash! That stops the swing wide! Can they get the Scanner in time? No, they can't. We're off to the races in this best of 5, Shimmy. As we get down to the wire, no one's left alive, and Touchgrass squirrel away with a point.
It doesn't get much closer than that. Not a single life left on the board, and a timer like almost out. Well done, Touchgrass, on such a great play.
Fun to see as we do get into the thick of it here. I see some folks in chat. This will be a great match to watch. You are correct. I think it will be indeed, as we do go into the tunnels. Nova pushing up into Nebula, who catches the first kill. The full court press is coming from the offense. Fizzy swings to turn and burn onto Nebula, flying past the objective. Can't catch Elite in time, and everyone getting picked off. Fizzy's still here, and a bit of a weird rotation back to Scanner. They find themselves in a 1v2.
Oh, and he's got just a sliver of health to his name against two completely full health players. Jackson and Coative looking for their opportunities to try and find him, but they might think that he's rotated. We see them holding a little bit more towards center, not sure exactly where Fizzy has gone.
Just has to play it quiet. Cannot afford to get too aggressive or do anything that's going to cue in this defense to their position. It's going to be tough to get past the setup right now. I do think a B side is the most doable, but it's just going to take a long time. If they crouch walk all the way from A to B, I don't know if they have enough time with 45 seconds left.
No, we see Fizzy just hoping that they will actually think it has been a full rotate to B, but Jackson is going to stay on that center. He's going to wait and see if there is actually a push onto A. Fizzy just slowly crouching his way over to the plant.
And they're going to get there to at least the site.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh.
But that is it. A patient hold with time ticking down. Almost another round ended to time, but not quite, as we do even things up. And map number 1 here, it's going to be a little different than what we were just watching with Acer in a dominant form. I think both teams here are going to be running into each other kind of head-to-head and finding a lot more resistance than Acer was. So it should be much more even duel back and forth as we do crack open into round 3 and an aggressive A-side push.
Ooh, Util coming out, but not quite finding any heads just yet. Fizzy taking a little bit of damage, but that's it. As they fully start moving into A. Smoke's going out, nobody just found quite yet.
Clock ticks down, a minute 30 left as Nova and the team try to break through A side. Utility comes over the top, and what a toss from Coative. Beautifully placed. If only Scanner was over at B site, they'd be able to plant it right now, but it's not. And Jackson is catching the rotation out with a beautiful flash.
Oh.
Triple I7 say, hey, are you guys warmed up? Because we are. That was a nice hold.
Definitely so. They had a great defensive line that really just held off Touchgrass from being able to push up anywhere. But this is still anybody's game. Still way too early to make any calls, and Touchgrass is definitely going to be ready for this next one.
Yeah, there's not going to be any easy dubs this afternoon. At least I don't think so. Maybe one of these teams will settle into a rhythm here because there is time to do it. A best of 5 is a rare opportunity in the VAIL space.
A little bit of engagement out onto the A side. Nothing quite found yet. Just a little bit of distraction. It looks like it's kind of a default out with a lean towards B as we see a begin of a collapse onto B.
Yeah. Poking and prodding, trying to see if they get any picks where they're trying to find out exactly where defense is set up before they make their move in. Coative and Elite both going to be the 1-2 punch for B site as this push does come in. I think they're going to allow it to come through, and then it's going to be a rotate and retake on the B.
Ooh, the scanner is down. Nova's pushed up, looking for any opportunity. Somebody pushing up aggressively, but Coative is going to be ready and takes down Nova.
A little battle up through the midfield that leaves LMK victorious. But look at this. Scanner is wide open. Elite has Hanner on, and they're just simply going to stick the interrupt here. No, they're not. Are they? No. Yes? They did.
Yeah, they stuck it. They stuck it. Oh, pros don't fake. Pros don't fake.
That was a second away from being clutched on the offensive side there as they came through the smoke. That was a close one. But Triple I7, a nice retake, well orchestrated, had plenty alive to put the pressure way up forward of where the scanner was, and ultimately the defense wasn't able to get back in time to stop Scanner from interrupt. So wonderful play here, and we just go straight into the next one. These teams are so fast with their pushes. The counter push actually coming in now from a rival.
Ooh. Oh man, all of Triple I7 has completely wiped Touchgrass off the board. It's just Fizzy left. He gets 1 pick, but he still has 3 more to deal with.
I think they fumbled their gun on a reload, and maybe we spoke too soon on this series because Triple I7 are locked in here. 4 unanswered points in a row. Excuse me, 3 unanswered points in a row by the Triple I7 squad, and Touchgrass, well, they've had enough times now to sort of assess how this defense sort of spreads on the Triple I7 squad. So maybe they'll find a way through here. I don't think they've done a full B send. I think it could work out for them with how this defense sets up if they commit to getting that back line shut down. They need to get Codev and Elite out of this stairwell.
Ooh, Nova has pushed up again, but Fizzy goes down to a beautiful nade from Codev. The scanner is being attempted, but it's not 100% clear. That instant is going to go out. Gup gets 2, but Elite gets the refrag.
Really nice peek out there from Gup. Pretty vital. That does put them into the 3v3. Nebula scoops up LMK from the back line. On site, they lose their pressure, and it's a 2v2 pinch now coming in. Perfectly timed, well-coordinated. Nova shuts down Nebula. Can turn and fight the solo push here from Elite.
Oh, he's going to go for the defuse. Elite fakes it and instead is going to go for the kill onto TACBan. He gets the kill onto TACBan, but is still engaged with Nova. It is a 1v1. This is going to be it, and Nova gets the kill, giving them another point on the board.
And I mean, if there was ever a time to stop the bleeding, it was right there. Touchgrass really probably just need 3 points on offense here on Miru to get their footing, to get themselves in the door, where when it comes to the side swap, they'll be able to keep this pretty close in the overall score line. If they do that, I think they're in good shape. Even now, the 2 points they've locked in is impressive with how Triple I7 were getting momentum there on defense. Let's see if Triple I7 bounce back off of a round loss.
It's still possible, but Gup is going to get that first pick, but Elite picks up 2 with a nade and his gun. Oh, that is not a great way to start the round.
What an impressive fight here to come in. Ooh, but look at this, the answer back. Scanner is down, but they've lost a few in the efforts. Utility comes out from Fizzy, the 1v3 here. A nice zoning with the utility there coming in. Does put them into position for the kills, but that was exactly what I was thinking. Does Triple I7 go, okay, hey, whoa, let's play passive? No, they recommit to get it to aggression after losing a round.
They definitely do. This is just kind of something that's always been with Triple I7. They aren't afraid to get into people's faces. They aren't afraid to put the pressure on and try and dictate the pacing. Ooh.
What I like to see here is Triple I7 have changed up their defensive posturing to be a little bit different than it has been the past few rounds, to maybe try and throw off counter utility, counter pushing, anything like that. A little more stack up here in the middle with a rival arriving to reinforce this back line. And
we're noticing Touchgrass be a little bit closer. They got that plant down. LMK getting a pick, but Elite has gotten one as well. It is 3v4 right now on this post plant.
Nebula's trying to hit the back line here, has an angle onto Nova and finds it there. Does get ID'd quickly by LMK. A nade from Nebula catches them in death. And Codev on site could start interrupting Scanner, but hasn't quite yet. The 1v2 here. Fizzy finds themselves in a tough spot with a nice flashbang. The Scanner interrupt coming in from Codev, and it's going to be a nice defensive hold from the Triple I7 squad. Fizzy cannot find the kills in time.
I mean, I got to give it to Triple I7. Even when the plant goes down, they push back so hard and gain so much space back that it's just difficult if you're trying to defend that post plant. Like, you can't stop that defuser because there's just too many people in the way of you.
Let us see what the side swap does for this Touchgrass team now as they go on to the defense.
Ooh. A nasty, nasty pick onto LMK as he tries to jump with Util, not quite finding his mark.
That was a very aggressive push out from LMK as well. I think they were just trying to catch some players off guard there. It's going to come down to Gup, really, defending this stairwell rotation. Gets caught with some big damage. Does not connect on the Jackson. And this is a full HP Triple I7 team barreling into sight. Nobody has been hit. No, Codev takes damage. But that is the only individual that takes damage the entire round. On a pistol round, that's just good teamwork coming in from the Triple I7 squad. And that's one way to set the tone for your offensive half in map 1.
Oh, that was devastating. What a brilliant, brilliant push from Triple I7. Just wiping Touchgrass off the board.
Back pan. Setting up. Not getting over aggressive like they have. Or at least like III-7 have in past rounds. Seeing him stay pretty passive and tucked back. And then not really over aggressive offense either. It's very passive here. As I say that, a lot of utility coming into B. And it's a great distraction. Look at the overhead. Everyone getting pulled over to B site. A is weakened, and the scanner is actually over at A.
Ooh, the fake has worked, and Nova is going to find the first pick onto Nebula as this gunfight engagement between TacPan and Code happens, but TacPan is able to find the kill.
Jackson on Tizzy gonna get that scanner down, and it's a 2v3, so player advantage does come down to touch grass, but scanner is planted. The trio is gonna try and stack their advantage together here and push the duo on site.
Ooh, flashbang goes right onto Jackson's face, but Elite is able to get the first pick, taking down TacPan. Jackson looking for his opportunity, but LMK is going to grab him instead.
And a really great bit of teamwork there. LMK picking up the double kill. Fizzy gonna say, hey, you can pad the stats and get the scanner too. I'll allow it, as they do save the round here and touch grass with a nice answer back and a key one on their defensive side. Maybe stop this bleeding here. You know, you don't. It was a lot of offensive rounds and then a pistol round right into the hands of III-7 so quickly that this 5-point lead happened out of nowhere. And now maybe touch grass can slow it down. Maybe they can stop this III-7 squad. I think III-7 need to really commit hard to some aggressive plays here and see if they can break through the shell for just 2 more rounds.
Definitely. Their gun skill is no joke. They could just completely ride off of that. But, of course, that doesn't win you any games in VAIL just by itself.
Yeah.
We see this semi-passive defense just waiting and being measured from touch grass, making sure they don't overcommit, lose people too early.
TacPan lingering on the edge of a smoke. That's going to dissipate soon, but they'll catch a kill still. That scanner down on the front of sight. No, it's not. It's Jackson Tizzy on the back line, who has scanner and starts to plant now in a 3v2. Look at the front. Look at this mid rotation from LMK. Gup. Both going to come barreling around the back line. They're going to run into one defender, and it's only Jackson Tizzy left alive in the 1v2. They find 2. Can they find the third?
No. Oh, Jackson Tizzy holding on to a little bit of health. Nova looking for his opportunity to get the pick, but doesn't quite find him. He's got to figure something out. He's running out of time. The scanner has only about 20 seconds left on it. He has to get this kill and get the defuse.
The bait, the fight, and Nova wins against Jackson Tizzy. Has plenty of time to interrupt. Scanner chips away at the III-7 lead. The 7-point lead that they have here, this 4-7 lead that they have here, maybe the 7s are cursed to them. I don't know, but if they can break out of it, they need to do it soon in these next few rounds, because I think touch grass are starting to settle into their defensive form right now.
They definitely are. Things are starting to click. That was a very, very good very, very good last couple of rounds for them. This is their opportunity. They aren't quite at a match point situation yet. They can take a little bit of time to breathe. There's not a huge amount of pressure for this map just now.
East side has really been the focus. Not a lot of deviation from them so far on it.
No, not at all. We see that push beginning. Not quite onto site just yet, but the rotation has already happened. And Touchgrass is looking to deny anything that they can.
Utility out over the top. Good flashes from Kodev. Do they get there in time? Yes, at least for Fizzy. Not able to push out and get much more than that. Not that they really want to. This TacPan finds one with the nade. Kodev tries to turn and burn, but TacPan finds 2. No, can't pick up Jackson on Tizzy. So it is a 2v2. The swing around from LMK. It's all about timing, and they get distracted by utility.
Ooh.
Nova finds the repick rather, and now it's Nova. Hand on scanner, trying to clutch it up. Utility comes out over the top. That slows things down for a moment, and then Nova, with the hand on, clutches again. One left alive. Touch grass, chip away at the lead. 5-7.
Oh, what a patient retake from Nova, waiting for that opportunity, listening in, just holding off for audio, and then perfectly intercepting that last III-7 player as they went to swing.
App 1 here on Miru, certainly delivering for an exciting battle. The winner sets the tone for this best of 5 series, and certainly just begins this best of 5. I mean, this is an exciting start. I think we're in for a good battle back and forth on a variety of maps this afternoon between these two teams.
We definitely are right now. TacPan pushing up a little bit, getting a little risky with this B-side defense, but he knows that they've been just targeting the site over and over again. It's probably a safe bet for him that he's going to get in some early engagements. Arrival pushing around, but finds TacPan early, but misses the shot. Oh!
Kodev, at least with the refrag there, does enable the push with Jackson catching a shot over the top. The smoke actually allows LMK to rotate B. Scanner completely drops off B site, and it's finally an offensive point for Triple I-7, or at least it looks like it, with Scanner pushing A and a 1v4 in front of LMK here.
Oh, this is going to be a hard-fought battle if he wants to try and retake this round for Touch Grass. Unfortunately, that A side just not able to hold itself off, but it looks like Kodev is going to go for the kill, and he finds it.
Didn't need to get the Scanner down. And a really solid, I guess, A-side push, but mostly one at B at the end of the day. But still, a maybe over-aggressive rotation on defense there from Touch Grass that put them into a position where, you know, Kodev, TacPan was just not quite able to capitalize on being up that far forward.
No, and it is that situation now where it is match point. Arrival getting that first pick right onto LMK, opening up the round, giving them the chance that they need to finish out this map.
That was the aim challenge right there up through the mid, and it definitely went the way of the Triple I-7 squad of Arrival. Only half HP as they found LMK there, and so Scanner has options on where it can deploy, but this defense kind of scattered and skittering, rotating, trying to find out which way they want to set up, where this offense is coming from, and it's right down the middle as Nova finds Arrival.
Ooh. And Nova going down, that is going to be devastating. It is down to just 3-3 at the moment. Gup holding down this site, Busy going to back him up. Ooh, they find some damage, but they're not quite able to finish out the kill onto Nebula.
Scanner did get scooped up by Jackson. They may well try to rotate at B site. I think TacPan hears the rotation and is still here to defend. It's a matter of pushing and pulling and figuring out where this team is going to go. And if only Jackson had kept Scanner at A, they'd be planning right now, but they're not.
No, not at the moment, but Nebula is holding that down, making sure his teammate is able to get in there. TacPan pushing up, Fizzy getting the refrag for TacPan. It is 1v1 right now, Fizzy versus Jackson.
The cargo crate. 20 seconds. Time. What? Dude. There's no reason. I mean, I guess it probably more effective than shooting the corner. You know, the one-hit wonder there. What a toss.
That might have been my favorite moment all season. Oh,
Dead
what
center.
a brilliant little night.
Dead
well
center.
done, Busy.
Crazy way to clutch around and stop the team that you're up against from winning the map with a knife throw. You know, a 1v1 knife throw. Come on.
The util is coming out, though. I don't think Triple I-7's all too happy about that. They have somebody sneaking up in tons and holding off on A. However, Scanner has actually gone B, and they're looking for their opportunity to get control of that site.
B side. Oh, certainly getting pushed here as the stack comes in fast. Fizzy and TacPan not quite ready as they get steamrolled by this trio. And a nice refrag, a double kill from LMK that resets the offense back into a 2v2 on site. 3v3 overall. Rotations coming in up through the middle from the remaining two, and it's going to come down to Nova on Scanner.
Ooh, Nova was not able to stop Elite, but LMK was able to grab Kodev. It is still 2v2. LMK's lost a decent amount of health, but Elite's not looking too much better at the moment either. Ooh, no! And that is going to be it. Jackson Tizzy finishing out the map for Triple I7.
A solid double kill from Jackson, and Triple I7 were leaning towards victory for that back half for quite a while. It felt like Touchgrass maybe getting waking up a little bit, becoming more a little alive there in those later rounds. Shivy, it certainly was a solid battle here for our first map in this best of 5.
Oh man, this is some good VAIL right here. This is a lot more of what I was wanting to see. These teams are close, neck and neck. The points differentials, it's not very far off.
No, it's not. It is. Well, whoever comes out on top has a tough challenge in front of them. You know, you can't start to look too far ahead, but winner here goes up against Acer in the grand finals, and you know, you got to be in peak form. And I think Triple I7 were in control of most of that series, most of that map, and I got to wonder what things look like for future maps when we do get into Asuna or a Cliffside in this best of 5, because this is just the start of at least 2 more maps left today, maybe 4 more maps.
I mean, we'll see. It is close enough that I feel like we could probably see a 5 mapper. I mean, Touchgrass was putting up a really strong fight against Triple I7. There is no doubt that they have the ability to take maps away from them. Yeah,
it's an exciting series here as we do go into a quick tech pause. Quick shout out to Axe Labs for supporting the VRML and sponsoring us, offering in that custom gun skin designed around the winning team and sold in store, where a portion of that revenue is shared with the winning squad. It's a big sponsorship that's only possible because of the support from the Axe Labs squad, so we really do appreciate you. Appreciate everyone that's tuning in this afternoon. If you are stopping by, hanging out, and enjoying the action for the first time, please do hit that subscribe button. This is the VRML Network, and we do a lot of VR esports content live and I guess edited as well. A lot of stuff gets posted here on the VRML Network, but it's all VR esports focused, and it's all about the communities that play the game competitively. So we really appreciate everyone that hangs out and tunes in, and appreciate everyone that does play in the VRML. It's free, so do jump in. We're getting ready to dive into our second map. It's a map we don't have a pre-canned intro for, so we'll just jump right into it. Cliffside here to kick things off with Triple I7 on defense and Touchgrass on the attack to open up our series. And it's Cliffside again, you know, Shimmy. It's something that's really kind of come out of the woodworks here in the postseason.
Yeah, and leaning into those less played maps. I mean, as long as you're training on them and you know your angles, you know your pushes, like you can absolutely capitalize off of your greater diff of knowledge. Codev getting Noah, a beautiful nade right onto Noah, but Gup gets another one right onto Jackson.
Back and forth through the smoke. Back to a 3v3 on-site. Codev evens the odds, puts it in their favor on defense. The retake swinging back. Nebula and Elite challenging Gup in the 1v2. Scanners planted.
Oh, this is going to be a hard fight for Gup. He's looking to take it, though. He's going to try and get this scanner back, but Elite is able to take him out.
A nice separation there at the end of the day from the duo, and solid pistol opener for the Triple I7 squad. This is a team that, if you look at matchup history, the last time they played against Touchgrass beat them, and their overall regular season record 10-2 compared to Touchgrass's 7-4. So if there ever was an underdog this afternoon, I do feel like it is Touchgrass, but they have been playing strong today, so who knows what Cliffside's going to deliver for us. It's just a pistol opener, and Touchgrass was starting to come back a little bit in the back half of round 1, so I wonder if they can carry that energy here into the second round in map 2.
I really hope that they are able to. I mean, they've been putting up a great performance so far. It's definitely still anybody's game, and I really want to see them showcase that they have the ability to take this map. Util is just raining out, but shots finally find their mark. Jackson City finding 2 people.
Busy pushing forward here, getting site control, ducking behind the scanner there and able to find the kill. Drop scanner on site, swings for 1, can't find 2. Codev now has scanner down and control of this round as we get into the 1v2 with Nova trying to clutch it up. Gets flashed by multiple utility tosses from Elite, and Kotiv right there to peek out, catches the kill. Great teamwork from Triple I7. They're dialed in right now.
Oh, man. Kotiv is really being a superstar this map for Triple I7. I guess they really have been kind of all match so far.
Yeah.
Like, this guy is just laying down lead.
Connecting with their shots consistently here in the postseason. It sometimes happens with specific players when the pressure's on. LMK flies the corner there, and Triple I7 not ready for the aggression that the Touchgrass offense was delivering there on B side. And if anything, it did draw quite a bit of attention away from what is now the scan planted at A.
Ooh, but Nebula comes in, gets a kill, gets a second one, and it's just now down to Nova. Nova is able to find Nebula, but he still has to deal with 2 more players. Ooh.
Can't find Kotiv around that backside there. And yeah, it's Elite interrupting Scanner, and Triple I7 taking 3 points in their opening Cliffside map 2. Touchgrass now need to answer back. They've seen and assessed the defensive setup of this Triple I7 squad for 3 rounds. What do they do with that knowledge? How do they act on it? And maybe go back to A site, but set up a little differently? Do they need to be drawing the team to B still? Those are the questions. Maybe they go to B, which is where we see Scanner going now.
There is a little bit of a creep up, though, from Fizzy and Gup, looking to get a little bit of attention onto A. That B side being a little bit harder of a push, even though they do have that scanner.
Arrival is front line for B side and finding a lot of utility going over their head. Counter utility getting thrown. The mid defense here holding down the rotation up through the center, which they won't find much of because this is a very reserved and passive offense from the Touchgrass side. They are taking their time, looking for picks and not overcommitting in this 4th round.
No, not right now. We see a lot more measured, a good default coming out from Touchgrass as they're kind of looking for their first pick. A little bit of damage has gone out. Kotiv taking a couple shots, but nothing too serious.
Nebula here, fending off the push, catches one, Kotiv with another. Nades and utility coming in. Nebula finds a 3rd. That's a huge shutdown on the offense to Touchgrass. And Touchgrass, well, they might be touching grass soon enough because their season could be over. They have 2 maps left in front of them. This one and another. If Triple I7 keep up this pace, we'll be on to that 3rd map series decider soon enough. It's a solid opening half here with a 4-0 lead.
Oh, man, they are really looking good on Cliffside right now. Completely shutting out Touchgrass so far this half. It's still not over. They still have the chance to come back, though. Oh, but Arrival throwing a brilliant nade right onto LMK's feed.
Does open up A because people are rotated off A towards B where that kill came through. Now everyone rotating back towards A because the rest of this offense is crashing in. TacPan scoops up 1. Nice refrag onto Nebula, who's trying to run away with things there. Kotiv also finds 1 as well. Scanner gonna go down with TacPan on site, and the trio pushing around to try and retake.
Ooh, man, not a lot of health to the names of those Touchgrass players, but they're still able to hold their own. They're still holding off Triple I7. Ooh, but Arrival does find Nova, and Jackson finds TacPan. It is just down to Gup who goes down, and that is going to be another round in the pocket of Triple I7.
Dangerous territory here. 5-0. I think if they pick up 3, if they snag the next couple of rounds here, if Touchgrass throw something different at this Triple I7 defense and break through for the next 3 rounds, there's a good chance that on the side swap we'll have a much closer series or much closer map 2 than we had on map 1 even. But at this pace, we could be very well headed to a perfect half for Triple I7 because they're dialed in. They're starting to get confident, and with that confidence comes maybe sometimes very solid aggression, very good plays that you wouldn't normally take or go for, that you end up executing on because you are dialed in and locked in. Nebula here pushed up pretty far forward, pops up to catch LMK.
Oh, Nebula just completely prepared for that. Throws some util and gets out of there, but he is right face to face with the Gup without realizing it. Nova getting that pick up onto a lead. And the gunfight continues with Gup. Still, Nebula having no ideas there, but he picks up Nova instead.
Dives into the smoke themselves, finds Nebula on the edge, absolutely fending off the entirety of this Touchgrass offense. And it's Nebula on the hunt for the last remaining attacker. Kotiv comes alive and finds TacPan, a quick refrag, and suddenly with Scanner down, Fizzy's alone in a 1v2.
Oh, and the flash hits the doorway, not quite finding where it needs to go. He knows where Kotiv is, but this is still going to be a hard fight. Kotiv has been on fire so far this map, and Jackson is closing in. Fizzy's got to be careful. He's got to be real careful, but he is not able to find the kill onto Jackson. That is, once again, a round into the pockets of III-7, 6-0.
We are cruising through these best of fives right now. The pace that this III-7 team is setting feels akin to an Acer. They're absolutely dialed in, and I mean their 10-2 record is showing, quite frankly, because they are playing like you'd expect a 10-2 team to play.
Oh, they're looking fantastic today. I want to see these guys put up a good fight against Acer if they do end up there tomorrow. Nebula getting that first pick, getting the early advantage for III-7.
Back and forth in the corners here as TacPan stays tucked into sight, waiting for this team to push up, and Kotiv actually catches the kill out, so no scanner gets planted. Kotiv shuts down Fizzy as well, and no scanner will get planted. A solid defensive round. They're going for the flawless half. This just feels like Acer when they were in dominant form.
It really does. I mean, they are just so potent and so aggressive. Like, there's nothing that Touchgrass is able to do to stop that counter push defense. It's ridiculous. For instance, Kotiv going 12-2, Nebula right behind him at 12-4. These guys are on fire.
TacPan finds a double onto Arrival and the lead, and maybe the first point can get put up here. Nebula and Jackson on the retake. Jackson 4-4, Nebula 12-4. Jackson just hasn't seen action. They haven't been able to find anybody to shoot at because everyone's been shot at before they get to him, and unfortunately there they won't catch anyone in this round either. Nebula tacks on to their kill death ratio though, and the 1v3 definitely a tall order. 25 seconds left too. It's going to be nearly impossible for them to break through this front line.
No, but giving some pre-fire, and he does find... Ooh, actually, no, Gup finds Nebula instead. There we go, first point on the board.
They find it just in time to buy themselves a bit of buffer on their defensive half now, where this pistol round won't determine their fate on Cliffside quite yet. They just got to lock in here. A pistol round win here would certainly be a good start to their defensive setting pace, but I feel like if there's ever... I don't know, I feel like pistol rounds actually favor the offense because you can stack all five together on offense and push the site and have that player advantage where pistols really do shine.
Definitely so. It really does come down to your util when you're on defense. Speaking of util, Arrival throwing a great nade right on TacPan's face. That is going to be a good start for them to get control of the site.
Nebula also scooping up Fizzy, pushing forward here. Gonna be on the hunt for Gup, but Jackson finds that kill first, and now LMK, Nova, both swinging around for the retake, both going down for the point. III-7 now take it to map point. Not series point quite yet. As a reminder, this is a best of 5, so there's still a chance for Touchgrass. They just gotta either kind of give up Cliffside, move on, get ready for that third map, kind of reset their mindset, or really put up a good fight here. Start to warm up, maybe get this closer, maybe get it to 8-8. That would be a heck of a comeback. It would require 7 wins in a row unanswered, and I don't know that III-7 is going to allow it, so we'll see what they can do to defend and hold back this team. Right now, they're not doing a good job holding back the utility barrage. A site gets taken.
It looks like somebody almost called in a mortar strike, the amount of explosions that just happened onto that A site. It is a man advantage for III-7, and Kotiv is looking for his kill, but he's not able to find it on LMK. LMK taking a decent amount of damage from that.
Smoke dissipates and Jackson springs to action. Catches one, can't get two. Elite is all that's left, and maybe another round into the hands of Touchgrass unless Elite can clutch up off of this rotation. And I think the rotation was heard. Yes, it was. Fizzy trades down, and TacPan will be able to interrupt that scanner with plenty of time left. Touchgrass fight another round on Cliffside.
They continue to stay in this. That was a much better rotation. They were able to get there in time and reinforce and push out those colonists and make sure that they got the traction back to get that scan defused.
Oh boy, Touchgrass. They wake up a little too late in this year in these maps. You know, same thing happened to them in map 1. They started to bounce back. They put a couple of points in a row on the board, but then it was just too late. They didn't have enough room. Gup catches a nice kill there. Nova with one as well. They've got the kill advantage right now, with sight being pushed towards A and maybe getting backed off.
Oh man, they are sitting with a slight man advantage. However, there's a decent amount of health that's been lost so far. It looks like I7 is going to start pushing over towards A right now, or sorry, B right now. Nebula getting 2 kills, but getting taken in the trade with LMK. That evened up the scoreline. Now it's 2v2.
Scanner's in the hand of Jackson, so A site's going to be where the real pressure is right now. Jackson hears Nova rotating back and forth, catches the kill. Scanner goes down, and 2 full health attackers versus TacPan.
Ooh, but TacPan is going to get that pickup on arrival. He's gotten it down to a 1v1. This is still possible. This is still doable, but he is so far away. 33 seconds left on the scanner. He's got to make a move. He doesn't have the time to waste.
Yeah, and I don't know what the right move is here with where Jackson has positioned themselves. Maybe you just try and stick the scanner and hope that they don't have the angle on you. It looks like they're going to try and bait the push out here. They're going to force Jackson to swing forward here, and in the smoke, TacPan pulls their pistol out to catch the kill. Do they have time? It's going to be close.
Oh, he barely made that.
Wow.
Is he going to get it? He got it with less than a second left. Well done, TacPan.
That is a scary moment to be in. You cannot afford your hand to slip. You cannot afford to let go of that scanner. And just in time, TacPan plays it just right. I mean, the smoke forces the push from Jackson on Tizzy. They have to assume that they're not finding the kill until they do find the kill. And so it's just a matter of time as they push deeper to that smoke. And a great play, really well done. Keeps Touchgrass in this. 3-8. They're chipping away at this lead that I7 has run away with.
Nebula finding a great opening onto TacPan. This heavy offense coming out from I7. And that's 2 kills on their board, but 1 from Nova. It is still man advantage sitting I7.
Gup catches things off catches one out to even things off. Busy is here, as is Nova, pushing forward. Nova can't quite catch the kills out. Elite does from the back line. Nebula scoops up Gup, and I7 holding things down. Fizzy, the last one alive for the retake. And Kotiv will lock in map 2 for their I7 squad. They're trying to take this thing in 3, just like Acer did in their best of 5.
Oh man, that was a bit of a rough map for Touchgrass.
Yeah.
You could see it. You could see it on their score lines. This is just not one that they were prepared for. But I7 had clearly been training on this one. Nebula and Kotiv putting up amazing scores, 19-7 and 15-5 respectively.
You know, it's I love the postseason because you do get to see sometimes these players perform at a level that they may not have really normally play in the regular season because that pressure is at their back. They excel. It actually pushes them forward to play more consistently, more aggressive, and find better picks, better aiming. It sometimes locks people in. Sometimes it ruins teams, and you find that they crumble when that pressure comes on, and that is why we tune in, Shimmy, to the postseason. It's why we do the tournaments, because you only get it here in this tournament format where this kind of pressure now that's on top of Touchgrass, because their season could be over with if they don't start winning maps here. And we're going into our 3rd map on Suna Day.
A good old classic for potentially the match point of the series right now. They only need to win one more map for Triple I7. Touchgrass still has to climb through 3 if they want to get into into that that final of the season.
Here we go. Smokes are out. Deployment on to A site. Gets shut down with a nice nade from Elite. A good swing around from Fizzy. Catches Elite out on the back line, so they'll be able to pick up that scanner. But it's so quickly a 1v2 as both Jackson and Arrival chip away at the rest of the offense pushing towards A site. Fizzy is alone now, a scanner in hand, trying to assess what they should do.
Oh, nade almost finding Fizzy. He still has mostly full health. He can still take this fight between Jackson, Tizzy, and Arrival. But Arrival's got a great little head peek off on the ramp. The engagement begins, not quite finding any shots.
Both players on the hunt for those headshots here. Fizzy does commit out. Likely going to get peeked from both sides here. Catches one, but not two. Arrival says, we've had the lead for all the maps. We're going to keep that trend going as they open up the pistol round with a 1-0 lead.
A great commanding start to this Asuna map. Triple I7 clearly wants, like you said, to finish this out in as few maps as possible.
Big shout out to everyone tuning in, hanging out, and enjoying the action. If you're new to the VRML network, hit that subscribe button. We do appreciate you stopping by. Also hit the thumbs up button. It's a free way to support the channel, and we really do appreciate it. If you do contribute and subscribe at a financial level, we also really appreciate it. It helps keep the lights on here, and the lights go off for Gup and Nova.
Ooh, a horrible shutdown, but TacCan is there to get 2 of his own and keep Touchgrass in this round.
LMK shuts down Nebula on the front line, and this could be the nice opener that this Touchgrass team needs here. They've got control now with Fizzy catching Arrival from the inside on the back line. Elite, only one left alive. Scanner going to go down at B.
There we go. That was the traction that they needed. This last player alive, Elite, looking to go up Cat, try and catch before the plant, but it just might be too late.
Utility is coming in from Elite. They have plenty of it, but does it really matter in a 1v3? No. LMK shuts Elite down. We tie up map 3 quickly, and Touchgrass, you know, Suna, I don't know, what do you think? I think it leads maybe 50-50, almost maybe more offense than defense sometimes. You know, so very curious where we're going to go with this series, but maybe this is Touchgrass getting things going for themselves. They've had decent map 1 and 2s, just they've come alive too late in the map. If they can start strong, there's an opportunity for them, I think.
I agree. If they can get those early points that they need to get, as opposed to having to fight that uphill battle. But Arrival is going to take that first pick onto Catwalk, LMK going down. Yeah,
aggression from Arrival there on defense. Not normally do you see someone's up there on that Catwalk quite yet. They caught the LMK push with their hands on the grenade, and Arrival picks up 2 more. The triple kill. They may have an opportunity for the full ace if they do peek out. Could catch Nova and Gup way in the open here.
Ooh, but Nova is going to pick up Coative, and he's going to look for his chance to pick up Jackson, but not quite able to find it. And instead, Arrival is looking for his opportunity to get down there. Nova jumping right onto him and getting control of the catwalk.
A nice jump up, a nice kill. Scanner is still down in a kind of an awkward spot. With the trade up through the mid, Elite and Nebula are all that's left, and they're trying to crash. Nebula's just a little late on the rotation. Scanner is going to get picked up by Nova. Where do you go with it?
He is all the way back near spawn. He has the ability to kind of just rotate around wherever he wants. He still has enough time to get over there, but it's going to have to be kill, plant, and then defend. He does not have time to waste.
Look at how this Triple I7 defense, the duo, have pushed up. They've cut off the 2 exit points out of spawn. They're playing super aggressive. Elite's going to have the back of Nova here for a very easy kill and a solid defensive hold.
Oh, that is good news. Good news for Triple I7 being able to take off that round. Every little bit more that they get closer to a win on this map is going to be more mental strain on touch grass, and it's going to give them an easier time. But touch grass really needs to turn this around.
Shout out to everyone tuning in, hanging out, and stopping by. We do appreciate you. Does mean a lot that you've been hanging out for all of today as we do get into what could be the final map of the afternoon. We'll see if touch grass start to come alive here on offense. They've got the east side long push coming in.
Ooh, flash goes right onto Nebula, but Nebula is holding down Rocket, getting that first pick. TACPan going down. LMK looking to try and possibly get the refrag, but too much util has come out. He has to back off.
Jackson catches Nova.
Ooh. LMK is pushing right up mid, but he's going to get caught with his gun down. Gup is going to be able to get a pickup, though, of himself. And it is 2v4 Gup holding on by a thread. Fizzy not looking too great himself in terms of health, with 3 players from III-7 at full.
Nice little pickup there on the edge from Arrival. Does put Gup with very low health alone. III-7 setting the tone here on their defensive half. Going to make it very hard for Gup to come out alive on this one. 30 seconds left, too, so time is ticking, and Scanner is down on the other side.
Ooh, Gup looking for the pick, but Kodev is going to rocket around the corner and pick up the kill, giving them yet another round.
And this is just III-7 playing clean. Locked in and carrying the momentum they got off that map 1 win all the way through map 2, now into a map 3 lead, 3-1.
Oh man, they just keep losing those early points. Touch grass. They need to figure out a way to get some more points on the board before the pressure is heavy, before they're in that risk of being at match point. But we see this heavy B push coming out. Nebula, having worked his way all the way up to the barrel, is looking to potentially swing very soon.
Tucked in and tight. They'll catch 1 kill. Utility from them comes in to those smokes, but doesn't catch kills. The rest of this offense comes flying out of the smoke into Jackson on Tizzy's line of fire. Utility from them comes out over the top. They'll get caught out by the ensign, matter of fact. That's on the stairs there, and it leads to a 2v2 retake for III-7.
And it looks like they are going to go long. Fizzy now tucking into Ninja. Perfect place that he can counter this counter push coming in. TACPan still doesn't have a lot of health, so he's going to need to really play it safe. Woo-hoo!
You'll love to
instead
see
he gets
it.
the 2K.
You'll love to see it. The double kill from Touchgrass backs against the wall here in map 2. And it's what you need to be doing when you're at this top level. You need to be quickly answering back. You can't let those leads get too far out of control. And so a really good job from this Touchgrass team to finally start to chip and bite back on offense, no less, on Suna. So, you know, who knows when we get to this side swap. 2 points is definitely the most buffer I think they've had on a side swap.
Absolutely. And Util is already starting to rein in. Inson's going out, trying to stop anybody from pushing up on that B-side barrel. But it's mostly a cluster of III-7 people right onto the site. Damage does come out, but not quite finding them. Kodev getting that first pick. Nova going down.
Nice flash on the duo that slows them for a moment. Lets the defense tuck into position and set up as Nades and Inson come in over the top. They decide to back off, reset that scanner push, and maybe Nebula will be able to catch 1 or 2 from the back line here.
Ooh, that entire A-side pressure just got completely deleted as LMK is looking for his chance to push through scaffolding, but they're quickly being followed behind by Nebula. Is he going to do the hop and catch these people? But no, he's going to instead crash down the ramp, and he's going to actually miss TACPan and LMK going through scaffold.
What does this push look like for the duo? It's not going to look good because they're getting overwhelmed by this defense. Everyone surrounds the squad, and we do have somebody to show on camera here. It's my wonderful girl kitten, Lavender.
We always love when the special guests come on.
Oh, she loves being on cam. She's a great girl. Up into the spot. Back to the action.
The opening of an A push. Tons. Seeing a lot of util. Jackson, Tizzy, and Elite both picking up 2 people themselves. And this push has completely stalled.
Big denial of entry there. And yeah, the duo wondering what they're supposed to do now. They're starting to feel the pressure of their season ending here as they push in. And Jackson picks up the double kill to put Triple I-7 up 5-2.
Oh no. Oh no. We can't be seeing this again, where Touchgrass is just losing early rounds and they're being forced into a match point situation. It's last round of half. They need to at least get one more if they want to sit in any sort of decent spot.
I mean, honestly, a 5-3 offensive opener on Suna against a team that's been winning consistently against you isn't too savvy. It does put them into a decent position for that side swap to go on to defense and battle back what has otherwise been a pretty coordinated Triple I-7. So not going to be easy, but definitely is the spot they need to be in right now. This last round of the half going to be pretty vital as Nebula tries to catch some kills out and gets caught with their nade in hand. Nova will be able to tuck in and stay safe. We're into a 3v3.
Ah, there we go. No heavy man disadvantage just yet. This is Touchgrass's potential to come back. We see 2 going down B long, and it looks like the third is going to join up. They're going to push as 1 unit.
Oh, and I just realized Jackson Tizzy, not Jackson on Tizzy. Well, it's Jackson Tizzy. There we go. Okay, sorry. That's how I'll say it.
People don't make it easy for us sometimes with the names.
I could go Jackson Tizzy, too, if I wanted to. Okay, Jackson Tizzy catches Nova, the Battle of the Suns, as TechPan drops back and gets flashed out. The push coming in from the high ground. Jackson Tizzy scoops it up with a solid kill there. And the half finishes with Triple I-7 in clear control 6-2.
Oh man, this is such a commanding lead that Triple I-7 already has on this Suna map. This is going to be a difficult defense from Touchgrass. We've already seen in the past couple of maps, this attacking pistol round is like a bread and butter for Triple I-7.
Yeah, they're going to stack it hard and heavy towards B. It's going to be TechPan running into a lot of resistance here, and the call out from the team that everyone is here comes in from TechPan, but they catch a double right away, shutting down this rotation here. A nice pop-up, a nice trap. They'll pick up 3 before finally Arrival shuts them down into a 3v2.
And that is just what the doctor ordered. Util coming out all over the place. That scanner is down on ramp. And it is going to be difficult to recover for Triple I-7. Gup is going around looking for his chance to grab Nebula, and they trade out. It is just left to Arrival.
Scanners down here, scooped up by Arrival. They find their hands on too many cookies in that pile there, and they'll get caught out. A nice point tacked on for Touchgrass right when they kind of needed it most. The pistol opener. They don't want to go to that 7-3. They don't want this map 3 to be the end of this best of 5. They don't want that reality to start to settle in, and it kind of does once you get to that 7th point.
It really does. They need to hold off on doing that. Like the pressure difference between like being 3 points away versus 2 points away, it doesn't seem like it'd be significant, but it really does weigh on you.
Here, the rest of this squad, Jackson on Tizzy, the first time down a player early here. Gup trades with Nebula to keep things to a 3-4 advantage in favor of Touchgrass. They could put up another point on the board. This defensive half might be where they start to settle in. A little bit more of a consistent round winning, and as I say that, they lose control over site, battling back and forth, trading back and forth into a 2v3 with Elite challenging several defenders up through the mid here.
Oh man, Elite backs out. He's going to go up into upper tons, but his teammate is pushing down long, not quite able to get the traction that he needs.
Oh, Oh, and maybe not the communication there either. They weren't ready for Nova to be front and center. They get caught out. Scanner goes down. The call out comes in that they have Scanner. And now Kodev has to challenge the 1v3 if they want to put up their first offensive point.
Oh, Fizzy and Nova and TacPan knowing exactly where he is. He's on that backside of Pyramid, and they're just being measured and careful not to give anything up. They know time is not on I7's side, and Nova catches Kodev out.
Here comes the comeback. It's the start. Could be. We could be going to 5. We could be 3 maps from now. We could be thinking about how, wow, it's what a comeback that started here on Suna as Touch Grass chip away at this, what was a solid defensive half from I7, but they had their foot in the door, and now they've tacked it on to make it a little bit more realistic for them to start coming back here on defense.
Yeah, it is still very, very possible. Like, they're gaining more ground every single round. Their defense is looking great this time. They're not really giving up too much as the gunfight begins right outside of Tons and on Long. This trade-off, what is happening? What just happened?
Multi-kills on both sides. Smoke denying vision of LMK. The pistol comes out for the double in the chaos. And Touch Grass somehow, with solid 3 left alive, lock in a good defensive hold. And I love to see the smoke getting redeployed there on the corner in this replay. It went down and then it went back up with another smoke, and then the pistol came out for the kills.
So well played. Their ability to rotate so quickly and just completely commit to making sure a defensive line stays. Like, Touch Grass is looking pretty dang good on Suna right now. They have the possibility to bring this into a tie.
No one picked off quite yet. A little bit of an early engagement here from TacPan, trying to slow down the advance towards Long B.
Oh, he goes for the shot, but he's not able to get it. Elite and Kodev both getting kills. It is really, really not looking good now on this B site.
Ooh, another good nade there. And they've eliminated everyone that can defend as Nebula on the back line scoops up a double. I7 don't lose a single player that round, and that's a good way to answer back. Keeps the lead to 2, and 2 more to go till they've got the series win and Acer on their mind in the grand finals tomorrow.
Oh, man. But Touch Grass really isn't too far behind. This is still something that they can take control of. They still can steer this right. As long as this B push doesn't go like it did previously. Nebula finding LMK immediately inside of Tons.
Thankfully, it's only 1 down, but a very aggressive setup from Touch Grass that does get caught out. I like the idea, trying to catch them off guard in a moment where you are starting to get some points on the board, but it's kind of also maybe what's expected to happen, that they're going to get aggressive after you started to put some points on the board. TacPan picks up 2 on Long B. Scanner's down, and now it comes down to Fizzy holding.
Ooh. A trade out as Kodev and Fizzy both go down. It's 2v2. Arrival has low health. TacPan not doing great himself, but he's going to push up B long and try and catch the backside of I7.
Yeah, they know they have Scanner down here, and so they're getting aggressive off that knowledge. They may well find an opportunity for a kill, but Gup actually gets it before it can be scooped up by TacPan on the back line, and so now a 1v2. Scanner's down, 45 seconds left. Time has ended a few rounds so far today. It could be another point here where we end on time because it's ticking.
It really is. Kodev being very, very careful, not realizing, though, that this entire Touch Grass defense has completely moved onto B long. They're over by Garage. They're waiting for him to come around from the site and try and pick up that Scanner.
Yeah, Kodev has to be ready for the duo stacked here. They can't get the first of 2, and I like the hold. I like the patience. Touch Grass on the side swap. And it's come to their defensive portion, are starting to tack some points on the board. They're chipping away at this lead. They could be in control of this map soon enough.
It is. They're just 1 point away from being able to get that tie, and then they can just sail from there. Their defense is looking great. Triple I7 is having to fight for every single point, every single advantage that they're getting so far. And we're back to this defense. It looks like TacPan is going to hold the barrels again. He's going to get close, but he's not able to get the pick that he needs.
Doesn't get it, but drops back to high ground to continue to defend the push, and Arrival quickly shuts that down. A nice kill from LMK, connecting with the nade. Another one's going to be coming out. That doesn't connect. A flash does. LMK blind and tucked into the site, but quickly dead. Nice kill there from Jackson Tizzy. Good nade up top from Nova. 2v3. Battle up through the mid. That goes the way of Kotiv. Back to Nova. Fighting for their life here in the center. Catches one, can't get two.
Oh.
We go to series point for Triple I7.
Oh man, just one left. This is it. Backs fully against the wall for Touchgrass. They need to play perfect. Everything is coming down to this round and possibly the next couple rounds if they're able to succeed.
Big plays from Triple I7 coming up here. Going for a split. A little different than what they have been deploying consistently. TacPan's not going to find everyone here like they have been, but he will quickly drop back and give position up, assuming that there's going to be more than just the two here at Long B. Look at the callouts too. They've really got this Touchgrass team worried, and it's everyone home at B but Scanners at A, and now no one's alive at A either.
Oh no, and Nebula getting his first 2 picks. That is not looking good for Touchgrass. They have a free site over on A as Triple I7 plants.
Nebula catches the kill there. They're picking off the rotations one at a time, and it's Triple I7 with the 3rd map in a row, locking in their advancement to Acer in the grand finals tomorrow.
Ah, well played. Well, if there's a team that's going to be able to put heavy pressure onto Acer, it's going to be Triple I7. They played fantastically these 3 maps. Just wow.
Yeah, a solid performance that honestly maybe has Acer a little bit worried. Acer did a bit better against their opponent, but honestly, I think that this Triple I7 team is here to play, and I'm looking forward to that best of 5 tomorrow. That'll be live right here, same time, same place. 2 p.m. PST. We'll be coming back for the grand finals. We also have EU going live tomorrow at 8 a.m. PST with a losers bracket finals and the grand finals for the season 4. So a lot of action ahead of us here this weekend. Sunday is going to be where we wrap it up, and today, with this final here and Touchgrass being eliminated, we do end our semifinals. Jimmy, it's been great to cast with you. Thank you so much for joining me. How have you been feeling today? What are we thinking about for tomorrow?
Tomorrow is going to be a slugger. It's going to be a good time. Like Acer versus Triple I7, I'm perfectly happy with that. I always love seeing VAIL. I always love being here to cast it. Just, whoo, man.
Yeah, it is awesome gameplay. Good back and forth, and competition only gets more intense tomorrow, so do be sure to tune in at same time, same place, 8 a.m. PST for EU, 2 p.m. PST, 5 Eastern for NA. We appreciate all of you stopping by. A big shout out to Axe Labs for supporting the VRML and sponsoring us with that in-game custom designed skin for the winning team that's sold in the store and a portion of revenue shared with the winning squad. An awesome opportunity that's only possible because of Axe Lab and their sponsorship and their commitment to VR esports. We really do love to see it. We love to see all the new modes from Axe Lab as well. If you haven't checked out the extraction mode or any of their other free-to-play options, I do recommend checking out VAIL right now on Steam or any of your platform of choice. It's a fantastic game, and it's a growing community. We're seeing more and more people jumping into the esports space as well. So if you are new here, just go to vrml.com/VAIL for more details. Head over to the Discord, start communicating with squads, and get into a competitive team for free today. Start practicing for next season. You've got plenty of time with a big off-season break coming up here at the start of the new year. So we do appreciate everyone tuning in, hanging out, and enjoying the action today. But that will be it for us. We'll be back again tomorrow. But until then, my name is Ben Nightfire, my co-caster Shimmy. Stay classy. VRML is brought to you by XLab,
Exclaim, Helga, the esports manager,
HyperX, ProTube VR, VR Cover. Thanks for watching VRML.